All right, today we're going to go and make sure that our KvCore is linked to listing to leads. So when you get a lead that comes in from listing to leads, it will automatically go into your KvCore. So that's the first thing we'll do. And the second thing, I will show you where your custom campaigns, your smart campaigns are, how to edit them, and then how to make sure that they're being triggered. So with that, let's get started. So you're in KvCore. You're going to want to go, if you're just getting started, you want to go into your listing to leads and know that you can connect listing to leads to KvCore. So if you don't know where something is or how to do something, I would recommend that you go to the tutorials here. And if you were to just type in CRM, CRM integrations comes up, and it will give you a tutorial on how to do that. So in this case, it will give you the different CRMs. And if you click on KvCore, it will be specific to how to connect your listing to leads with KvCore. So I'm going to walk you through that. So what you want to do is go to your KvCore. You're going to go to lead engines, select all lead engine tools, and you're going to go down to lead Dropbox. So this is, it says sync any lead source into KvCore. So you're going to get, and this will look different on your back office than mine, but the important thing is you're going to go to my API tokens. You might not have anything here, but you will have generate an API token. So if you do, you'll click on that, generate an API token. One will come up on the date that you've generated it. You're going to copy that token, right? You're going to go back to listing to leads. You're going to click on your profile. And at the top of the profile, you're going to see account, auto posting, billing, CRM integration. Again, yours may look different than mine, but what you want is CRM integration. So again, we'll come up, there's a couple different ways you can integrate listing to leads into KvCore. You're going to go over here where it says KvCore, click on KvCore, and this will, if you haven't connected yet, this will be blank. So you're going to paste the token that you got from KvCore right here, and you're going to click save, and you're connected. Make sure you click save. Okay, so now you're connected to KvCore. Now the next thing is, once their leads come in, you want the custom smart campaigns that Shannon's team created for you. So those should be in your KvCore. And how to find out if those are in your setup for you, you're going to go to marketing, click on smart campaigns, and then the name of the campaigns that Shannon's team created for you, they're called custom. So just type in custom and hit search, and they should show. And so you're going to have one custom campaign for new buyer leads, custom campaign for new seller leads. These other ones are things that I've created and just tested, but for you, you're going to have custom campaign, new buyer leads, custom campaign, new seller leads. So you'll make sure that the status of those should be on. Now, what I would highly recommend you do is go into and this is one that I've created. It's the same campaign. It's just one I'm using for testing. So you'll click on yours, which will be this one. It will be this. It will look the same. As we come in here, you'll see that the campaigns are, when a lead comes in, you're going to get the system. KvCore is going to send you a notice. Hey, you got a lead. You should give them a call. It's just a notice, right? Saying, hey, you got a lead. Call them, leave them a voicemail if they don't pick up. 2 minutes later, when that lead comes in, automatically a text is going to come out, and that go to the lead. And that is from you to the contact. So as you can go through, it gives you an idea how to read these, right? What I would really recommend that you do, as good as these campaigns are, they're written in somebody else's voice. So you want them to sound like if you were talking to them. So what I would recommend is that you go to the edit button and you at least read them and make sure it's something that you would be saying to the lead, something similar. And you can craft this and change this around if you would like. One, if you do nothing, these smart campaigns are converting the way they are. I prefer to develop a relationship, and when I do talk to the people, it's in a communication style that has been coming from something that more likely that I would talk to them in. So important to note, if you do come in here, once you start making a change, you can see how this changed up here. So again, I'll show you that the minute you make a change, this will come up here and it says, looks like you've changed something. So they're asking you, do you want to save over the current template? So if you make a change and that you're good with that, you do want to click this. It will just name it, and you can change however you want to name it, but don't complicate this. Just keep everything as much as the same as possible, and then just change a few of the words or change the wording to fit your style, right? So, but make sure you do, if you make a change here, you've got to click this and click save, or the changes won't be made, right? So just remember that. If you go in here and change all the wording and then you click save without click in this box, it's not going to save. So I would go through each and every one of these. So set aside some time when you're not distracted and just go through each and every one of these. Next, I would go back and do the same thing for your seller campaign. So it'll take some time. I think it's important that you do. You don't have to do it all at the same time, because as you can see that, this is spread out over a period of time, right? So you could go in there, change the first week and just send yourself, put in a calendar link so you don't forget to do another set the next week. So whatever works for you, I would highly recommend you at least go in there and look at them. Okay, so that you have the leads, now they're coming in. How do you know they're coming in? One, if you see in listing to leads and you get a notification, and listing to leads is going to say, hey, congratulations, you got a lead, come into KvCore and make sure that lead is in your KvCore. If it is not, then go to the support chat, give the support people, just ask a question, send us a message, I think. And then they're going to try to give you a solution. But I would just say, hey, I need help with my contact manager. Give them the name, tell them that you're trying to integrate these with listing to leads, and for some reason it didn't come in. They'll look at it from their end, and then you can communicate with listing to leads. You'll get it solved. If you have more problems, please contact me and I will help you. We'll just jump on a quick Zoom. So that one, verify that they are in, that your campaigns are being triggered. The next thing that is imperative, one is that campaigns are being triggered, but I think another part that you're really wasting your time and efforts if you're not doing this additional step, and that is, as leads come in, you're going to want to set them up with alerts, and you're going to want to set them up with market reports. I am going to do an additional video here shortly where I will automate the alerts for you, but I need to do that in a separate video. So right now, I just want you to be able to connect KvCore, listen to leads to KvCore, make sure your smart campaigns are being triggered. So that's step one. So when you have a lead that comes in and you know it's came from listing to leads, I don't know why let's go to a different one. It's not opening. Here we go. Okay, so once a lead has come in, they will automatically come in as a new lead. You can change them up here however you want. Once I've communicated with your lead, and here's an important note, is if they respond to any of those emails, go in and turn that campaign off, because you don't want to have just had a nice conversation with a lead, and then 5 minutes later, an automatic text goes out and says, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Do you want me to change anything on the listing alerts? So just be sure once you start communicating with them for that lead, you turn off the automated messages. Okay, so the next thing you want to do, and I think it's very important that you don't miss a step, is you want to make sure you've set up alerts for them. And alerts are just automatically scrubbed from the RMLS each night, and they send out to that lead the homes that match their search criteria. So what are the search criteria? I would use whatever your home was that you were advertising and listing to leads. So that price range, that area. And the way you can do that is you just go to alerts. If this is blank, you'll just do alert 1. You'll come down here, and this will look, let me go back and do one that does not have an alert set up. I'm not sure. These obviously all will. So, well, this will, if you haven't set up your alert, this will be a little bit different because the alerts will come up at the top here. So you will have all of this area, but it will be very similar. In settings, you're going to click on the alert, and here, this is what you guys will see. So if you don't have an alert set up, this will come up. So area, whatever if you're in Vancouver, you're in Portland, wherever you are, it's either a city, it can be a zip code, whatever search criteria you have in your MLS, you can put in here. You can also draw in a map of that area if you'd like. Listing type, single family, condo, multifamily. Then you have to make sure when you select these that this drop down and you see this gray box come down, because if it isn't, then it's not selected. So just to give you an example, you'll have this selection here, right? But if you hit something, you have to make sure that it comes down here. Price range. I try to make these broad. So if the home you're advertising is 550,000, I might go to 475 and I might go to 625. You're just trying to see where their interest level is, right? Because you're going to send them homes, and then they have the ability to start checking and going from your website and searching more homes. And the nice thing is KvCore learns that. So if you're advertising a $500,000 home, but your search goes down to 450, and that's where they keep looking, then KvCore is going to automatically send them more homes in 450. They're going to learn what they're looking at. So you can go in here. I would keep this unless you know the client, you've spoke to them. And then of course you want to go in here and just put in their parameters. But if you don't know, I'd keep it fairly broad, because that's a way you can get their attention and get some conversations. I have people that say, hey, this isn't the area I'm looking in. Well, that's a great conversation, right? So it tells us that they are looking, and it opens up the conversation. So the whole idea of this is to start a conversation with your lead. So this gives you a frequency of how often they're looking. If it's a new lead, I send it daily. Every day I send them a new. And what that looks like once you start and you have this set up is, let's go. Well, we'll just look at this lead. This is a client, and this is very specific of what they're looking at. But at the same time, you're going to see that what she is looking at gets sent to her each day, and it just goes through. One, you're able to take custom notes with PJ, and this looks like. This is interesting because this lead, and again, this is a past client, but this goes back from the minute you put them in 2019. So if you're talking to a new lead and you have a conversation, you've taken notes, just hit add note. You can go in here and put all the information of your conversation in here. You hit add note, and that will always be with that client. You can go back, you can pin the note to keep it on top. And the way you would do that is you would just hit this pin note. So as you go down, it shows you the homes that are sent to her. It shows you if they've opened the email, and then how often they look at them. So it's just a great way to be able to track your agents. But that's very important that you have alerts set up for all of your leads, and you're constantly every day staying in front of them. The other thing I would really recommend that you do is you send them a market report. So on your right hand of the profile of the agent is market reports. I don't have one for this agent, but again, this is a past client I've done a lot of business with. And so it's not a lead. Some leads you still want to send market reports, right? But for this particular case, I haven't. But leads that you haven't been in communication with, you absolutely want to. So you'll just click add market report. And again, search for location would be the location of whatever that lead is for listing to leads. And then how often do you send it? A minimum of once a week. And you can do it for people that you've been in more communication with as much as once a month. But it's a great way to add value to your clients. It's a great way to put you in a position of branding as an expert because you're staying on the market. It gives them it sends to your clients a market report of that area, right? Sales, pendings, average sale price, medium sale price. So I think it's very important for you to do that. So with that, again, I will be adding some information on how to automate the alerts, but I think it's a different conversation, and we'll do that in a separate training. But please reach out to me if you have any questions. This is such a great program. We're going to automate it for you. We're going to help you stay in front of these leads and help you close these leads. So hope this helps.